I joined the humans in battle and learned why they never retreat. When I first heard the humans were joining our campaign against the Kraghun, I laughed. Everyone did. The humans were newcomers to the Union, fresh from their so-called death world. Their bodies were fragile, no armored hide, no venom glands, no regeneration like the Drail. They bled quickly, broke easily, and yet strutted as though they belonged on the battlefield. Never retreat, their commanders claimed. Never surrender. Brave words from a soft species. We assumed they would be the first to flee. I learned otherwise. My name is Threx, of the Jolvari Legion. We were sent to the icy moon of Rathose, where the Kraghun had fortified a mining outpost. Our orders were simple: breach the defenses, seize the ore, and hold until reinforcements arrived. The humans insisted on leading the charge. Their commander, a short female named Captain Reeves, strode to the front lines in battered armor, helmet tucked beneath her arm. Her dark eyes gleamed with something I could not decipher. Not fear, not rage. Something fiercer. Stick close, she told us. And remember, we don't run. I nearly choked on my own mandibles. We don't run. Every soldier knows there are times when retreat is survival. Times when falling back means regrouping, buying time, saving lives. Only fools refuse to retreat. Yet when the gates of Rathose opened and the Kraghun swarmed, the humans did not yield. The battle began with thunder. The Kraghun poured from their fortress, hulking brutes with jaws like steel traps, their armor spined and jagged. They outnumbered us 3-1. My legionaries hesitated, wings shivering, but the humans surged forward, rifles blazing. Advance! Captain Reeves bellowed, voice cutting through the chaos. They advanced. Bullets tore into Kraghun hides, grenades shattered their ranks. The humans fought in packs, covering one another with fluid precision. Where one fell, another dragged them back, refusing to abandon even the wounded. I fought beside them, talons slashing, and saw what I had missed before, their eyes. Every human's gaze burned with something primal. A refusal deeper than command, deeper than pride. They would not turn away. Hours dragged on. We pressed forward step by bloody step. The Kraghun rallied, their champions roaring challenges. At one point, a beast twice my size barreled into our line, scattering Jolvari like leaves. I expected the humans to break. Instead, they closed ranks around the monster. A dozen of them leapt, stabbing, clawing, striking with everything they had. One fell, then another, but they did not stop. Even dying, they clung to the Kraghun's limbs, dragging it down so the rest could finish it. I stared in horror and awe. My people would have fled such a creature. But the humans. They embraced death if it meant victory. By nightfall, we had reached the fortress walls. The humans were blooded, armor shattered, but their spirits unbroken. We pushed through at dawn, Captain Reeves said, as if it were obvious. A Jolvari sergeant dared to protest. Our numbers are too few. We must retreat, call for reinforcements. Reeves' gaze cut him down faster than any blade. You retreat, they chase. You dig in, they starve you out. The only way is forward. The humans nodded, one and all. I could not comprehend it. Did they not see the futility? Did they not fear annihilation? That night, I asked one of their soldiers, Private Alvarez, why they never retreat. He was young, barely scarred, yet his smile was weary and certain. Because someone has to hold the line, he said. If we run, they'll just hit harder next time. Maybe we die, maybe we don't. But if we don't stand now, we'll be running forever. That's not living. I had no answer. At dawn, we stormed the fortress. The Kraghun fought like demons, their numbers endless, their fury unmatched. But the humans were worse. They climbed shattered walls with bleeding hands. They fought in corridors slick with gore. When grenades failed, they turned rifles into clubs. When rifles shattered, they drew knives. And when knives broke, they used their bare fists and teeth. I saw Captain Reeves take a tusk through her shoulder. She didn't falter. She tore it free and drove it into her enemy's throat. We reached the command chamber. The Kraghun warlord stood waiting, massive and armored, flanked by guards. Half our force lay dead behind us. The Jolvari hesitated. Even I felt terror sink into my bones. But the humans charged. They hurled themselves at the warlord with no hesitation, screaming their battle cry, "Hold the line." The chamber shook with violence. One by one, they fell, but each took a piece of the enemy with them. And in the end, Captain Reeves herself drove her blade into the warlord's heart, collapsing with him into the dust. Silence fell. The Kraghun broke. The fortress was ours. I staggered through the wreckage, numb with exhaustion. The humans gathered their dead, placing them side by side with reverence. Not a single body left behind. One of them caught my gaze and spoke words that carved themselves into my soul. We don't retreat because every step back costs someone else their life. Better ours than theirs. I understood, then. Humans did not fight for glory, nor for conquest. They fought because running meant condemning someone else. To them, retreat was not survival, it was betrayal. They would stand and bleed, stand and die, before they abandoned a comrade or surrendered the ground they held. That was their secret. That was their terror. That was why the galaxy whispered of them with awe and dread. When I returned home, my people demanded to know what I had learned. I told them the truth. The humans never retreat. Because they cannot. Because their hearts forbid it. And because of that, they are the most dangerous warriors I have ever known. And though my words spread disbelief and laughter, I knew the day would come when all the galaxy would see what I had seen on Rat Hose. That day, the galaxy would learn to fear the species that never runs. The species called human.